Bang, bang, bang. What is up, you crazy people around the world? Today, I am actually going to be looking at a big bang with Bang, Bang, Bang. And this is a song that a lot of people know. I don't know why, but for me, every time I hear it, I hear something that is completely over the top, and it just makes me want to go crazy. I don't know what it is, if it is the music, if it is them, I don't know, but maybe if we check out the MV together, we might figure it out what is giving us this energy. Like always, before we start with the video, if you have any recommendations on videos you want me to check out next, then please just make sure to put them down in the comments below. If you do enjoy the channel and you do enjoy the content you see, all you have to do is make sure you hit that like button and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. I would say let's start with Big Bang. Alrighty, let's see what it is all about. Yeah, this is the music that we like, no? We all know this. Oh. Okay, before we continue though, I really love the intro. I think the intro is really just nostalgic for me for some reason. The first thing I just want to say is that I love the scene itself. The set is fantastic. I just love the depth from it. You can see this is a tunnel. There is a lot going on here, but it's nice. You know, you have this tunnel vision, and maybe that has some definition behind it, of course. You know, normally tunnel vision is that you can only focus on one thing and that is it. And then at some moment you will lose orientation. And that is clearly what happens with this song. A lot of people lose orientation. So there we go. A little bit on clap beats. You know, again, it's all about selling the sound, and by people clapping, it really just sells that illusion even better. It's nice. Also very nice that it's very linear and that the person is actually exactly in the middle. There's something about these kind of shots that I really like. There's so much intensity going on, and it's just very nice as well. And also, if we look at the color patterns here, you know, you have some blue colors in the background and a very warm color in the foreground. Again, it's just about selling the contrast, and they're doing a quite good job here. That's a lot of skin. Like, that's a lot of skin. But I think this was still trending back then, you know, to show skin. But I also think this actually fits to this song, you know, which is very nice. It adds a lot to the roughness, and also the black on their skin as if it is like oil or anything. It's a very manly vibe to it, but it's very nice. Still a very simple scene. This is most likely a studio. It has to be a studio. It can also be a hotel. Normally, like, these elements you can find in hotels. But what I like about it is that everything is basically white. And the contrasting part is that you see that there's some like a spacesuit there. You can see that it's there, but the focus is on the person in black. It's because he's very contrasting to the rest of the scene. Very nicely put together. And I also love the cuts. That's actually very much on beat. It makes everything look very hectic. But again, it adds a lot of value to the song. It does something, you know? That was actually really cool. Did you see that? You had a little bit of a perspective through the helmet as well. Let's see if we can pick it up. This is very creepy though. Like, this looks really creepy. Like this scene. Look at it. It just gives it a little bit of a perspective, you know? It plays with so many angles, which is nice. It's not as if they're reusing every... Okay, before we continue that, it's as if that they're not reusing many shots over and over again, which makes it very boring. But here you just have so many different angles that every new shot is still new, and it's very nice to look at. All right, here we go. I also like the scene here. Again, there's just so much hectic going on here, and though there's a lot of pink, you know, a lot of feminine colors, if we can say so, it still looks very manly, which is very nice. Bang, 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 bang. Man. Yeah. I really like this drop itself, you know, from a musical taste. Like, I love music, but I love that this is basically an anticlimactic drop because it's very upbeat first, and then it goes into more like a drop that is trap related. You know, it's very nice and slow and go bang, bang, bang. You know, it's like, okay, now we can calm down again. Also, the locations are fantastic. And the reason why I think the locations are fantastic is because they're actually real locations. They're very hard to scout out, and I have not seen this location in any other MV before. And it is very fitting as well. All the colors that we see throughout the MV are present. We have red, we have black, and it's very nice to see these elements. I mean, for the stripes in the back, for example, remember at the very beginning? I mean, what time are we on? We're at 1:10. Look at the beginning. The guy is wearing something. Let's have a look. If we can pick this up. I just want to go back quickly go back again. It's a small detail, but it's an important detail. Do you see that? Let's go back there again. Do you see the stripes here? It's the same stripes, but here it's just in black and with a red canvas. Very nice. Small details like that really matter. I don't even know why I picked that up, to be honest. What's really cool about this shot is because the beat makes me want to, you know, bob my head back and forth. But they basically do that with the cars. You know, it's playing with the different dimensions, which is fantastic. This is how you play with cinematography. It doesn't have to be people. It can also be objects. Yeah, this is nice. Really, really cool. And then we're going back into the little bit, you know, upbeat song again. Very nice shots. I love that it's also a little bit rough with displaying some of the light panels in the background, for example here. And they're in a wrestling cage that they normally use for MMA, if not mistaken. Again, it adds a lot of manliness to it. You know, there's a lot of roughness going on through this video. And they tried to see, I can only imagine how they went through the meeting. They're like, we need the roughest of things going through this video. And they just listed many different alternatives. And most likely they just took as many as they could within the budget. Really cool. Very nice. The choreographers, and I'm really talking about all the other different choreographies in there, you know, not the Big Bang people, but they are really, really into the song as well. They know that everyone is going to get this time that they can really just say, I was in this MV and I can make the most out of it. Because if you look at the choreography, it's very different from scene to scene, which is very nice. It shows that they're really looking for specialized people in certain choreographies. Very nice. This could really just be, for example, an amazing video, you know, where I can imagine Joker being inside. I don't know why, but it has that same vibe to it. You can also see they add a lot of sexiness to it, you know, by oiling up their skins, giving a little bit of blackness. It's very nice what they did here to the entire MV. It has these vibes as if, man, this is cool for both men and female watchers, actually. Because it has that sexiness that might intrigue the whoever you are, actually. You know, if you're into this, whether you're male or female, that's up to you. But there's also something, man, like, man, for me, this is cool to watch because it gives me this feeling as if, man, this is just cool. Like, I can imagine these people just doing what they want in this world. Very nice. It sells that illusion really well. So this scene, I just want to go back onto. So I've seen this video once a long time before, and this is something that stuck out, and I thought this was very weak. And that was just that the motorcycles are standing still, and they're pretending as if they were driving them. I don't know, it's just a little bit weird. Maybe they could have put them on a trailer, you know, to make them go through cities, maybe through Seoul or something. I don't know why they didn't go with this route. Like, this was a very safe route, but this is the only scene that goes a little bit backwards, if that makes sense. It just doesn't add too much to the scene. Maybe it's still gonna come though. Down to your mama? I don't know what he says, to be honest, but I really like it. But it's just a little bit of a shame that they didn't actually go with these vehicles to locations where they could have actually filmed it and where the cars are moving. Like I said, they could have put it on a trailer so it still looks as if it's moving without using the vehicles themselves. That could be, for example, a little bit too expensive to use, but something small like this could have been, you know, nice. Oh, here we see it again with the lions. You know, here are the lions, then we have the lions here. I don't know how they made it so big in the other location, but that is super, super cool. Yeah, so this is my least favorite part of the video. It's crazy, but it could have been nice if they just were driving somewhere or this was all in movement. It's a little bit, you know, there's so many things going on, you know, where cars are moving, they're in tunnels and everything, but then this is all stuck. It doesn't move, which is I don't know, it's a bit of a bottleneck in the video for me. I'm curious why they went with this route actually. And now we're in a club. Okay. You see, and this is more for the male audience again. You know, they're going with the sexiness again for the male audience, while they also have the sexiness for the female audience. It's very clever what they did here. You know, they tried to appetize both people or both groups while keeping them happy. And that is really, really, really nice. You don't see that too often in K-pop. Either it's normally for one group or the other group, but here it really just seems, you know, we're going to make everyone happy. Very nice. Reminds me a little bit of Project X, actually. Yeah, this really just reminds me a little of Project X, but it's really nice what they did here. It's just nice how they got so many different angles throughout all these videos, and it just keeps on going. New locations, new ideas, and you just want to watch it till the end. It's very smart. And also all the camera movements, for example, they are just really on beat. It's really nice what they did here. Nothing too complicated. It just looks as if people were actually having fun making this video. A lot of handheld shots, for sure. Really nice. This is really cool as well. And this is the only thing that I think that is a little bit... This is amazing. But if we go back to the motorcycles that were static, they didn't really move. That was the downside. And I hope that makes sense here. Because here, for example, the motorcycles would also looked really, really cool. What a party though at the end. Look at them, everyone just having a great time. This is how an MV should be, full of energy, full of surprise, and at the end you just put all your money into it to make it explode to a certain point. And they really did this in this MV. Really nice. I mean, even with fireworks, you know, with real elements, it's fantastic. You really just have nothing to complain about through this video. It's just like watching a mini version of Project X. And if you don't know what Project X is, go watch the movie. It's really fun, actually. But this is a great MV. I really don't want to say anything about it. Let's see if anything else is going to come. Nothing else is going to come. But what I do want to say is that it's a really fun MV to look at, purely because it's actually just full of energy and full of ideas that actually match to the entire scope of the video. In other words, it just fits to the ideology, which is very important. You know, you should not just make a video and then split the video from the music. That shouldn't be the case. You should always try to find a compromise where everything fits nicely together. And in this video, they really did a fantastic job. I mean, this video is from 2015, but it seems as if this can even be made today. Like, that is how good it actually is. Of course, you can see that it's a bit of a hybrid between the classical K-pop videos to what we see now, but it's a really well-made video, and hats off to Big Bang. You know, I need to check them out more. I heard a lot of good things about them, and we're gonna check them out for sure. The only thing that I want to mention as a tip for this video is that if you go out and you have a video that is very active and everything is moving, and all of a sudden you're filming with motorcycles, don't make the motorcycle static. It's a little bit of a shame, and then just put your video a little bit backwards, because it's full of energy, and then because it becomes static, you're basically losing that rush. All of a sudden they are going crazy, the people are going crazy in the video, but the elements around it doesn't really fit. This is the only element where I would have thought maybe just film it outside on a moving trailer. It could have been cool as well. There are always solutions, but then again, we just don't know why they went with this route. It could also be maybe the weather, maybe there were restrictions, you know, to using these elements, these bikes. They looked really one-of-a-kind bikes, so it could have been many things, but this is normally what you think, you know. If you keep the hype going, if you keep the energy flowing, make sure that it flows until the very end. And what they did here, fantastic though. At the end, it was a big celebration. It was a really fun video to watch, and from a video standpoint, really well done. It's just full of energy, and I like those kind of videos. But yeah, guys, I would just want to say thank you all for watching today's video. If you did enjoy the video, all you have to do is make sure to hit the like button, make sure you're subscribed, and of course, if you have any comments, any recommendations on what you want me to look at next, then please just make sure to put them in the comments below, and I'll see you on the next amazing video. And maybe it's going to be Big Bang, maybe it's not, maybe it's going to be one of your recommendations, so make sure to comment, and I'll see you then.